It's been a while since I made a video in this form. It still isn't the exact form. I'm in selfie mode. But anyway, I was just thinking something. I'm reading about clairvoyance. And it's like, I get it. I'm reading and someone chimes in about a certain sense. Except this is a future foretelling. And I really never wanted to see things like that. I'll take that back. I wanted to see one thing. And I got, it was it wasn't imagery. Actually, imagery came later. Because I don't know what time it was. It was right here where I'm at. And my mother was like, I guess she was, in her bed, and she was talking to a certain person. The person was Grażyna. She's a Polish female. And I heard the words Grażyna tell her, I never cared about you. Something like that. But then I went outside. It's like nobody was home. The cars weren't there. It's very odd. And then I heard footsteps, like multiple footsteps. I think they were males. I thought they were either EMTs or police officers. They came to her bedroom, you know? And it's like, and it's like after what I've been through, when I see my mother's name is Maria. When I see her, incompassionate side, no sympathy, her psychotic behavior, sociopathic, psychopathic, like, I didn't care for her. I just came from a psychiatric unit. That she so sent me there because, I was angry. I was asking about somebody's death if he died, and the person didn't answer the phone, And so, yeah, that was one. I don't say it's apparition, but it was a dimension. I was here and I was hearing through the vents, phone conversations. I went outside, I experienced thoughts in my mind. It's like a vision in my mind, like a thought, but it was a video, a thought, like a memory that hasn't happened yet. And it was someone driving a car and got sideswiped. And then people started, reading my thoughts in my mind and interjected. Sometime after that, he went to shock. Maybe, I don't know. But his car wasn't here. And then I had these other, it's some personal stuff, but I could care less. It was one of my cousins, his name is Adam. And he was just getting his car, oh, I'm gonna go over right now, I don't know if it was in that time that I experienced it or it hasn't happened yet. Adam there, he picked up the phone once, he hung up, and when he found out it was me. Multiple times he didn't answer his text messages, voicemails for years, But those people, actually, I think they have the power. I don't know if Adam does. I don't know who it is. I think it's, either my mother or my father and some other people who are my relatives. They have the power to do that, to show you, like, future events. A lot of times they enjoy that, Years ago, I lived here, but I lived upstairs, way upstairs in the attic, and it was 2005. And I saw events from 2020. December 25th, 2020. I remember that because I was waiting for that event. Not in a good way. I was haunted and I was terrified. I thought something really evil was going to happen to me. Eventually, they started messaging me with this clairvoyance stuff, started haunting me and perpetuating an afterlife for me, making me believe that I'm a sufferer and I should just take my life. A lot of people that, not so my mom and my dad, but a lot of people I've known, especially Polish people, they all had one thing in common: they were religious. The one person that I didn't expect to do, his name was Wayward Horizon. He was a Stickum community, atheist community. He started doing the same thing. He wanted me to take my own life. So a lot of people, what they tell you, it's really not the truth. They could put out an atheist, this, the other thing. I don't believe it. A lot of people just lie. That they only play with clairvoyance, a lot of different senses, like showing you the future. Including I already talked about these individuals. I think I don't know if who's watching or who's receiving this. I don't know if you're into this, but they use electronics to actually see future events. And their laptops, they'll summon, they're like, I don't want to say summon up, but they'll pull up a page and it's like a news-written event that hasn't happened yet. I see them with my own eyes, once or twice, and I was creeped out. And then like a year or so later, it actually happened. It's very disturbing, The thing about, seeing the future, you can't change it. It shocks you, especially when it's something evil or menacing or cruel. It haunts you, it leaves you, left alone. It's really, it's really intrusion, on a time lineage, also on your well-being, on anybody's being. I don't enjoy things like that. I'm not into these things, And that time, I lived in the attic, they showed me the Christmas Christmas Day, the night came from my uncle and stuff like that. And I was back in 2005. I had a mattress, like a small mattress I put on the side. When I touched it, then it was lightless, and the floor was carpeted. But I started sliding on it on the carpet. It wasn't until 2019 my father then put on a pergo tiles, or it's not pergo tiles. It's very thin. It's like wooden, and actually you could slide on that. When he started putting it together, I just started remember that. Oh, I made that 2005, and I just didn't want to think about it. It's very disturbing. It's like it was all coming true. So yeah, that the last thing I saw was my so-called mother talking on the phone and footsteps upstairs. That was 2 or 3 years ago. I don't know if it happened. It hasn't happened. Maybe if it has happened, I wasn't here. I was in my second or third psychiatric stay, which they perpetuated and they enjoyed it. But because I know the truth. I know the truth that I don't play around with this clairvoyance, the psychic abilities, and messing with people's minds and a whole lot of degeneracy. Evil thought, but I don't mess with that, so they enjoy it. They want to, they want to torture me. They think, it's like a lot of times, you come out of there and you're like in a worse place. Because psychiatrists, they don't care about recovery. They want to haunt you. They want to mess with you. They want to torture you mentally. They want you to come out and get you sad, depressed, or have anger issues. That's what they're really into. But it's really there's all these senses, and the reason when I started looking it up, I was like, are there side effects? Because this clairvoyance stuff really gets me aggravated. I mean, I tell people to leave me the fuck alone. I don't want to talk to you like this. I made a YouTube video. You leave it in the comment section. Watch the YouTube video. You can find me on iVlog.tv. We'll talk about it. These people are really cowards. People are really cowards. You know what's going on, and then, you want to message people mentally. You want to talk to me mentally, right? I don't have time for that. I have my own life. I'm not into that clairvoyance and the senses stuff. Also, I wonder, if you use that sense, what are the senses you might lose? I mean, I haven't experienced anything like that. I do experience a lot of, I don't know if it's the psychiatric unit, but years ago when these individuals were messing with me after the 25th of December, I experienced shock. I was living in fear because I thought they were right, and it's like they were just mentally lying to me with this clairvoyance. A lot of people use it for negative things. Like a lot of people just get angry, they curse at each other or at me, threats, and also like just disgust and degenerate things. I woke up today and some this chick XXX the Peach, she started talking about this transgender chick's ass. And like, because yesterday, a couple of days ago, it was like 2 days later, YouTube, it was a video called to the YouTube atheist community, or the atheist community. Maybe I shouldn't label it like that. Those are the atheists that I know. And, I was angry, and this one guy just, started messaging me and actually commenting on that. But he started, being disrespectful and on a clairvoyance tip and stuff like that. And then this morning, Peach over there started talking about this chick Xenia's ass, how beautiful it is. Just the degenerates. Just because you took a strike and realize, religion is, it is what it is. You're not that morally bound. You're not that intelligent or open-minded. Also, a lot of these individuals, they abuse, people's mentality for their own benefit. Just to suppress them or haunt them, stuff like that. And it's it's also, they give me, a lot of times where it gets me distraught. Distraught, also channeling people. How many times, I smell something that's not even me. It's like people, they perpetuate that in your mind, just to mess with you and stuff like that. And yeah, for me, the side effect is that I just can't get things organized. Every time I do something, someone just, someone talks to me, mentally with a clairvoyance, Like, it's a psychic ability, and it gets to the point like I have no fucking energy to argue with people. Or even, even though they actually say good things, it's like, yeah, I don't really want to hear that. I don't hear it. I experience it in my mind. And it gets just too much. It gets too much, It gets too much. So, yeah, that's just one of the side effects, It breeds a lot of resentment. And frustration. Really. I mean, I talked about it a couple of days ago. I was actually walking to like this little park, forest, a river, And as a Polish person, he just, he doesn't want this to end. I'm like I said, it's not just desiring. We have all this technology. And I actually started talking so he would hear me. It's like video to video contact, not just YouTube, but video chat sites. You can instantly talk to someone video and stuff like that. And it's like, why do you think I need to hear you in my mind and I explain to you this like that? The scheme of things, you have so much technology you could use it for a benefit. And you want to like mentally message people. And a lot of times people told me it doesn't even work out. People just ignore them. People lie all the time in their in their minds. You don't know what you get in somebody's mind and stuff like that. It is an intrusion on a mind. I don't want to get in people's minds and find out their dirty secrets and details. I don't want to know these things. Who knows if they're true? People think a lot of crazy stuff that isn't true. People will probably, put thoughts in your mind about me or somebody else that isn't true, and now you're gonna actually believe it. There's people out there that believe that stuff. It's people's imagination and perception, and you violate people's perception. Also, you violate people's, mentality, and their spirit. It's beyond disgusting. So I really don't want to. I stay away from that. I was just looking at side effects and a bunch of other things I saw. Like, I don't know if it was an ICBM missile in 2021, summer 2021. But that event didn't happen in 2021. I don't know if it happened or hasn't happened. I mean, there was a rocket that went up from Ukraine and hit Poland. Because I was watching a video, phone video in Poland, and it was like 50 or 60 miles south of Rzeszów. Rzeszów is a major city in Poland. Like 4 or 5 million people live there. And I saw the video and I was trying to figure out, it must have been going for Rzeszów. It was like pulling me downward. But it was, people told me, over and over, and today not so much. People told me over and over, just a rocket. A rocket, just a simple rocket, just is an explosion. But why would it be going flying over there like that? So it was a disturbing moment. The person, I believe, or the people, I think they wanted me to see that. It was my two ends. One is in Poland, one is in here. And then as soon as it's like it just her cell phone, one of the ends, just cell phone, just transmission in it turned off. They said, oh, it happens when I have low battery. Then she turned on. It looked as I had 14% on it. But then the other end was in the house actually already. She wasn't outside. So I don't know. I can't get it together. I don't know what kind of missile was, but it's like you see apparitions or mirages, and it does disturb you mentally a little. I mean, totally. It's like I don't want to see that. That's another part of this psychic things that people have.